Welcome Kindreds, it's Jessica. Today, June the 4th, is my birthday and I am 44 years old. Might seem like a strange thing to be doing, making a video on my birthday. I am celebrating as well. We're going to be having a nice meal and everything in a little bit, but I had some things that I wanted to show you, like a little birthday haul, and also some things to kind of catch you up on as well, because there's going to be some changes here on the channel, which I'm hoping you're going to be excited about, because I feel really excited. If you have seen my Instagram, you might have seen this deck already, which my friend Elaine sent to me, the Oracle of the Roses. Now, I have got a little bit of a problem with botanical decks. I've got lots and lots of decks around flowers, plants, herbs, things like that, trees. But this one is quite different actually, and I was really interested. Like the cards are beautiful. I'll show you some of the cards. So there's like a different categories of roses, like wild roses, garden roses, and they've got the names on them. So it's kind of like, I hope that's focusing okay, it's like botanical illustrations. But what is really cool, I mean that's cool, but in the book what I loved is that it's got kind of like the oracle meaning, but then it also has botanical notes about the flowers as well. So it's got where it's native to, so like what kind of soil it likes, which, you know, from a divinatory perspective, that's really an interesting kind of detail to have. And it has questions as well, like the scientist, this memorial rose, which I've opened it on now, says the ethnobotanical archetype exploration is what can you experiment with to make things better in your life. I love it, gives like more prompts. And then it's also got some plant energies at the bottom as well, with like meanings and uses. Deities is linked to, astrological signs is linked to as well. So there's it's only a small little book, but there's a lot to work with in here. So I'm really excited to be working with that deck. I did share my very first draw with that deck over on my Instagram, but I've been having a horrible time on Instagram. I've been feeling not good about it because somebody, if you follow people like sort of witchy tarot type people, then you will have seen this loads over on Instagram at the moment, is that people are having their accounts cloned. So it's not like getting your account hacked. Your own account is still yours, but somebody like screenshots and steals your photos, basically uses your photos and sets up an account that looks exactly like your own account, but there'll be a very, very slight difference in the name. And somebody did that with my account. So they were at the Story Witch, but they'd put 2 T's in Story Witch, and then they messaged people like pretending to be me and trying to scam them into having like readings and saying really dodgy stuff. Like I'll put on the screen some of the things, like messages and stuff they've been sending. So I'm really sorry if you have been contacted by someone who is pretending to be me. I contacted Instagram loads about it, lots of my followers also did, and I believe the account is actually taken down now. They blocked me, so I can't see it myself, but I think it is down now. But it really made me think a lot about Instagram and whether I really want to kind of be on that platform anymore. I find that I can get pulled into that kind of mindset that I should be posting certain things over there, like I should be making reels and I should be making stories and all these other different post types and stuff like that. But it just doesn't feel good to me to be like I don't think of myself as a business. I'm just a person who is figuring things out. And yes, I do have experience, you know, in using like tarot and journaling and like moon wisdom and things like that for a long time. But like I'm not a teacher as such. I'm just somebody who's sharing my journey and like perhaps guiding other people along the way. And if so, then that's brilliant. But it's not like a business account, so I don't want to be treating it like that. I watched this really interesting video by an artist I've been following here on YouTube called Kelsey Rodriguez, where she was talking about Instagram and YouTube and how Instagram doesn't feel like a good place for artists because it feels so kind of throwaway. And it does feel like that. It feels like it's like newspapers, it's like here today, gone tomorrow kind of thing. Whereas YouTube doesn't feel like that. It feels much more longer lasting. Like what I'm actually making on YouTube, the content and things that I'm creating here on my channel is much more longer term and much more fulfilling. It's more like a portfolio, she described it as. And I was just like, yes, that is so true. Because honestly, I had kind of been thinking about getting rid of my YouTube channel as well. I just things have been changing so much for me over the last like few months. I mean, you know, a lot has been going on in the world over the last couple of years, hasn't it? So there's been a lot of like, it's been a lot. So when I burned my journals, it kind of created this huge chasm of possibility, and I was just like, wow, I can do anything. It's like this fresh start, this fresh page. I was thinking, right, I'll get rid of my Instagram, I'll get rid of my channel, and I'll just see what happens. And then, you know, from thinking about it a bit more, and I didn't want to like strike while it was Mercury retrograde, because that seems like a terrible idea, and I wouldn't be a good astrologer if I did that. So I have closed down my Instagram account. A few of my followers messaged me to say, please don't delete your account. You know, like that's actually letting the scammers win. And I can totally understand where they're coming from. But for me, it's not really so much about that. It's more about that kind of excitement of having a blank page, a fresh space, just like a new sketchbook. Is that a new journal? Is that whole creating space and seeing what comes into that space, really. I want my Instagram to just be more like aligned with the things that I want to see. I'm being much more conscious about the things that I'm taking in and experiencing, the like input into me and my life and where I'm going with things. And so I think having this fresh start on Instagram is a really healing thing for me to do, actually. So I hope you can understand where I'm coming from, and that you're not like pissed off with me or anything because I'm deleting my original account. It's just the right time. When the story witch, which is like my alter ego, my higher self for these last 7 or 8 years now, like the story witch was there when in the early days of motherhood for me, where I was just like drowning in overwhelm of being so like on 24/7 and having to be like so responsible and caring for other people, but still feeling like I needed to have like creative outlets and stuff too. And I was just like, and the story witch came to me in that time, and like she whispered in my ear, and she helped me to write my stories, my books, my poems, and she got me through it. But she has left me now, and I'm sad, obviously, but it's time, and that is because I'm moving into a new phase of my life, and so I'm excited about that. And so there will be changes here on the channel, there will be changes over on my Instagram, like I said. I'm going to change my channel name. I'm going to go with Jessica and the Moon. It's not just about the moon, it is about me being in connection. So like the moon is kind of a proxy really for Jessica and the earth, Jessica and the stars, Jessica and the seasons, you know. It's that whole idea of living in harmony with the natural cycles, and with that wisdom that is sometimes not thought very highly of in these like modern times of quick, everything has to be now, and you're always on, and you never have that ebb and flow anymore. So yeah, I'm really excited about it. It'll probably take me, you know, it's going to take a while to do all the changery overy things and making new banners and things like that for my channel. But I'm excited. It feels like a really cool, creative, fresh start. So anyway, I'm kind of getting off track here. I wanted to show you some more of my things as well. So this came today. Now this technically is not a birthday present because I bought this myself, but I thought it was really cool because it arrived this morning on my birthday. So this is the last installment in the trilogy of the When She Wakes trilogy. It's by Gina Martin, published by Womancraft Publishing, which is how I heard of it first of all. And the first 2 books I really enjoyed, and I've been waiting, I think it's like 18 months, I think, since the last one before this one has come out. So I'm excited to get started on that, and it always makes me smile because there's a little blurb of mine that I wrote when I read the first book. They sent me a pre-order of the first, not a pre-order, like a preview copy of the first one to write a blurb for it. And yeah, so it always makes me smile to see that in there, which is really cool. What else have I got that you might be interested in? I've got, look at these, just so cute. Little set of notelets, the fox and the star, note cards and envelopes. Look how cute these are. Oh, that one's upside down. So they're all foxes and stars. Unsurprisingly. Oh, that one's upside down. They're just really gorgeous. Tall candles, which are nice. And I've also got this lovely beeswax. I just love the smell of beeswax. It's so... yeah, it just smells like summer to me. And I've got some arty supplies as well. I've got some moon stickers. I'm trying to sort of see whether it's actually in focus. That's why I'm looking a bit strange. Which are all different types of moons, which is very cool. I'm gonna move those because I'm going to keep knocking them over. And my friend Matilda, who makes amazing art stuff, she sent me these, which I've never used this before. You can make absolutely beautiful things like this, and she was making some stuff like it before, and I was like, how did you do that? So she sent me these so I can have a go, and it's really cool for doing like nature prints and stuff, so I'm excited to have a try with that. I also got these earrings off my mum and dad. They're by like a wire artist, and so that's kind of cool. Should I put them on? I'm going to attempt to do it. Let's see. I might not be able to do it with that. Oh, no, it's in. We're in. They're kind of organically shaped because they're wire. Oh, no, I'm not going to be able to do that one. I don't wear earrings that much now, so I'm a bit out of... My holes are a bit closed up. There we go. So, yeah, what do you think? They're pretty cute, aren't they? I'm no good at that whole, you have to do that whole kind of like slow-mo. Yeah, it's just not going to work, is it? I'm too old for that kind of thing. And look at this, my friend Helen, she lives just down the road from a really awesome charity shop. And I suspect that she has got these charity shop finds for me here. She knows I love roses. And she sent me a little cup and saucer. I'm running out of space here now. This gorgeous necklace. Look at that. And some little shells which are going to go into my Mary altar. Things over. This one is Purple Rock. This is gorgeous. Look at this. Purple Rock Rose. I got such a weird eclectic bunch of presents this year. It's really cool. I'm absolutely loving it. It just feels like so on point for where I am with everything at the moment. I've got some other things to show you as well. But before I do, I wanted to just explain a little bit more as well about the changes that I'm going to be doing here on the channel. So when I first started this channel, I used to share quite a lot of tarot content here. Like, I absolutely love tarot. I use it so much every day. Although I have started using Oracle a lot more these last few years as well. I used to be a bit of an Oracle snob, but now I absolutely love Oracle as well. I use a lot of Oracle too. But then in 2019, when I had my depth year, I started to really hold back from sharing tarot content, because in my head I had that whole thing about like consumerism and FOMO, fear of missing out, and I felt like it was just not irresponsible of me, I guess, to be sharing kind of content about stuff you can buy. I also stopped sharing like haul videos, and I realized that is actually kind of patronizing of me, because like, I'm not your parent, I'm not you're a grown-up. You decide if you want something or not. Just because I show something doesn't mean that you have to go and buy it. It's just not like that. And obviously not, because like I watch loads of tarot channels here on YouTube, like Lisa Papers, Danny Mystic, Renee Meadowlark Mystic, loads and loads of channels that I really enjoy, and their content does not make me want to rush out and buy decks. Sometimes it makes me want to buy decks, but I put them on my list. But generally, it doesn't make me want to rush out and buy decks. I'm enjoying watching how other people like use their decks. Dawn Michelle, Boho Tarot, like I love her channel. I love watching it. It's so calming and so helpful to see people using decks in different ways and like really connecting with tarot, which is like what I love to do. So why aren't I making videos like that? And it's made me realize that I have been avoiding it for stupid reasons, basically. So I'm going to be doing more tarot content here on the channel again. Probably not like hauls and things like that and flip throughs and things necessarily, though, you know, I am open to doing a few of those, but much more that kind of more mindful content of like how I actually use the decks and things that I hope are going to be like useful and meaningful, because like tarot and journaling are, like, they are my key practices, and why am I not sharing about that? It just makes no sense. So hopefully that sounds good to you. Let me know what you think. And also like tarot tags too, because I feel like I stopped responding to tarot tags. I felt like I was avoiding the community. Like, I've still been watching videos, but I've been kind of much more lurking and not leaving comments and stuff like that. But I feel like I've become like an outsider in the tarot community now, because for the last few years I haven't been making tag responses or anything like that. And like, that is nothing that anybody else has done. That is entirely my own doing, you know. And it's not just to do with the tarot community. Like, I know I've got shadow work to do around like friendships and communities and stuff as well. That's part of my work in this lifetime. You know, one of the drawbacks of being a witch in many lives is that you're used to being like on the edge and not involved, and so you can kind of put yourself in that. Talking for myself, I find I put myself in that place of being like kind of an outsider, and there's no need. And so I'm going to try and be more connected and more involved with things that are going on again, and see how that feels. Always be like back checking in with me to see how that feels. And yeah, I'm excited about that. So you're going to expect to see some more tarot content. Also expect to see more journaling content. I want to be not just doing like plan with me's, but more tarot journaling, you know, bringing the tarot and the journaling together. I'm even thinking I might start a new tarot journal. Like, for the last few years now, I've been doing every single thing in my one journal. So like my tarot journaling goes in my regular journal, in my bullet journal. But I'm feeling like it might be time for a little bit of a change. So we'll see how that goes. You know, maybe I'll share that here as well. But also like just more journaling stuff in general, like the everyday magic, bringing more like moon influence stuff, more living seasonally cycles, and more witchy spreads and things like that. So yeah, lots. I've got so much. I feel like since I burnt those journals, and like, there was a lot of joy in those journals for sure, but there was also a lot of like stuckness. And since letting them go, I feel like I can hear my guides so much more clearly now. It's like they're no longer muffled by all that paper. Yeah. I'll show you the other things that I've got, because I've got some really, really lush stuff in here. So my sister bought me some gorgeous tea from Glastonbury. It's a peace herbal tea, and it's got so many herbs in it: chamomile, lime blossom, lemon balm, passion flower, gotu kola, rose petals, lavender, elderflowers, malva flowers, nettle, rosemary, and aniseed. I have actually had this blend before, and it is absolutely delicious. So I'm excited because I've run out. So that is very cool. She also got me these bamboo socks. I love bamboo socks. I find them so soft and just lovely to wear. And this little bag it's been like loads of little things this year, kind of like little bits and bobs of things, which is really nice. These are kind of like gloves, which is probably a bit of a weird thing to have at this time of year, but they're just so cute. Look at that. I love the colours as well. That's really nice. And this also from Glastonbury, Goddess Ritual Star Goddess Botanical Bath Blend. And this absolutely, I've already sniffed it. This smells, can you see the aniseed on the top? There's a star anise on the top. And it just smells incredible. So I'm really excited. It says Ascension, Wisdom and Creativity, the Star Goddess. It's just, the Star Goddess is like, she is calling me big time at the moment. And I've got one really cool thing to show. I've got to be careful with this one. So, and this, I feel like this really goes with everything that I've been sharing about, like all this changes and creativity and like just bringing more passion and more energy here, because, you know, like what you focus on, where you put your attention is where the energy flows, isn't it? And so, yeah, I feel like that my passion and my energy is going to be flowing here towards my channel, and just making it a really lovely space, you know, where there will be more of like probably more videos, more journaling, more tarot, more honesty, more bravery and vulnerability for me, I guess, to bring things forward that I would maybe hold back from before. More community, that's what I want. More connections with people, being more helpful as well, you know. So let me know what you think. Like, obviously, if that all sounds terrible to you, like, I just want you to plan with me videos, then, you know, I would invite you to unsubscribe, because that's not what you're going to get. You're not just going to get like aesthetic plan with me videos. It's going to be much more heartfelt than that, and much more magical than that. So, and if that sounds good to you, then awesome. I'm glad to have you here. Okay, I'll stop blathering on and I will show you. Look at this. I don't know if it's really going to pick it up nice on the camera. This is a fire quartz. I'm going to be bringing in more of that fire elemental energy into my life. And this gorgeous fire quartz, my husband bought me this. It's just so gorgeous, just so perfect. So yeah, that was my birthday haul and my ramble about the changes with my channel and my Instagram. I hope that all sounds good for you. I've got a video that I want to film next about depthier and tarot, where I'm going to go a little bit more into detail about how I feel like I've worked some stuff out. So that's going to be coming up next. Warmest blessings. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon.